How we going on, folks? Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you're new to this series, it is basically where me and James go over a few pairs that we feel hold good potential for profitable positions in the coming week, and we highlight zones and areas that we feel you guys can get involved from. Not only does this give you the opportunity to apply these zones and areas to your own charts, wait for confirmation and get yourself involved, but it also gives you a better understanding on how both me and James like to trade. If you have any questions regarding the analysis we go through today, please leave them in the comments below. And if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Now what I'm going to do is go over some of the pairs that I have highlighted above. And the first pair I'll be starting with today is the Australian dollar to the US dollar. So you'll see on screen here that this market has been bullish as of recently. We've had that bullish wave trading us higher. We've recently been delivered with a break of structure to the downside, which tells us we are no longer following the laws of bullishness. We are no longer protecting those lows and breaking the highs. We are now breaking the lows and protecting the highs. So with that being said, what I have gone and done is I've highlighted two potential supply zones that we can get involved in short positions from to ride price down and into this demand zone here. Now you may be wondering why we want to see price trade into this and then trade us higher, and that is because we are expecting price to put in a higher time frame corrective wave. So we want to see price trade into this, trade us up, that to instigate another correction, the correction trading us down before finding more demand, and then that taking us higher yet again. So we are merely getting involved in just this next impulsive wave trading us higher. Now obviously in order to get involved in the bullish position trading us higher, we would want to get involved in some short positions to trade us into that demand zone. So that's exactly what we've done here. So my predictions are that price is going to trade us up and into one of two supply zones before trading us down into this demand zone to clear any remaining demand, and then to see price trade us higher and up and into this market. So what I want you all to do now is pause this video, mark out these two zones. They are on the 30 and 1 hour time frame, 30 minutes and 1 hour time frames. Mark these two zones out for yourself, as well as marking out this last sell to buy region here. What I'll do is I'll put the increments in on this box for you now. So now that we have these zones and areas highlighted, we know exactly where to get involved from. All we need to do now is just wait for confirmation, so for price to trade into these zones, give us rejection to the down or upside, and then we can obviously look to get involved in those markets. The AUD USD pair should offer us with plenty of trading opportunities in the coming week, both buying and selling. We just need to wait for the confirmation to get involved in these markets. Okay, now moving over to the XAU USD market. As you can see, this market has been trading as bearish, and I do believe this is going to continue furthermore. So what I have gone ahead and done is I've highlighted three potential supply zones that I feel price may trade into before taking that next nosedive lower. So we obviously have a fractal zone here, one at which I feel price may give us some temporary bearishness before trading us higher and into one of two supply zones up here. I feel these two zones here may have that power to reverse the markets or give us that S&D flip. In order to get involved in this market, I probably will be waiting to just place short positions from one of three supply zones. This is probably the safest bet with this market being very much bearish. So we do realistically just want it to be looking to go short. Now, because there are multiple supply zones within this area in price, by the time we've had confirmation of bullishness to trade us into one of these zones, we are probably going to be pretty close anyways to the zone. So there's probably no point in looking to go long at all in this market, and we're probably best off just waiting to go short from one of these three zones here. So what I want you guys to do is pause the video and mark out these zones for yourself, as these are going to be areas we can look to go short from. Okay, now heading over to the Euro US dollar. Again, this is another market that has been trading us bullish for some time now, but we have been delivered with a break of structure to the downside. The reason why this is a break of structure to the downside is because price has broken structure. It has broken the last protected low within this bullishness. As you can see, this low here went on to create this high. Therefore, this is the last protected low within this market. So with price breaking below that, that gives us the evidence that price is no longer following that bullish structure and is now following bearish structure. I think that is pretty evident by the way that this market has played out over the course of the last 2 days. And you can see here that price has left two areas that have been left unmitigated. So I am wanting to see price trade into one of two and then trade us lower. Again, I probably will wait until price does trade us into one or two zones before looking to execute any positions in this market, just to be safe and give us a higher probability of being successful. So what I'm going to do for you now is mark out these two zones as areas that you guys can get involved in short positions from, as I do believe this market is going to deliver us with some bearish structure in the coming weeks. Okay, so you can see here the increments that I've applied to these zones. If you guys want to apply them to your own charts, then please do so. In order for us to get involved in a position, what we want to see is a break in structure from the corrective wave that trades us into the zone. So an example of this would be something like this. Price is traded into the zone. We then want to see structure break to the downside. So a break in the last structural low within the bullish correction. Price to then pull back into a valid fractal supply zone that will be distinguished from the initial impulsive wave that broke the structure, and then obviously we look to get involved in that market. So just to add a bit more to this this diagram, what we could do is we could mark out the break of structure, so being this, as this is the last protected low, that's the break of structure, and then we'd simply wait for price to pull back into a fractal supply zone that we find from the initial impulsive wave that broke that structure, which was here. So as you can see, that would be the setup. Structure is broken to the downside, price pulls back up and into a supply zone. We then get involved in those short positions and trade price lower. This is how I feel price may play out. Whether it plays out from this zone or this zone here, that is what I'm looking to see in order to get involved in short positions in this market in the coming week. And the reason why I'm expecting this is because, as you can see on the higher time frames, we have had the penetration of a higher time frame supply zone. What I want to see then is for price to trade us lower and into a higher time frame demand zone. From there, grab any remaining demand in order to continue pushing price higher. I have a higher time frame target of this. Just go to the 4-hour time frames, give you guys the opportunity to mark this higher time frame supply zone out for yourselves. But as you can see, price is very much within a corrective phase on the higher time frame structure. Pause the video now and mark out these zones as areas to also get involved in positions from. Okay, now quickly moving over to the Euro, Great British Pound. As you can see, price is again within a corrective phase. Trading goes lower and trying to find demand in this market. What I've done is I've gone ahead and highlighted this last sell to buy region. As you can see here, this is a clear unmitigated candle. What I'm wanting to see is for price to continue trading us bearish, trading us into this zone. Price to then break structure to the upside, pull back into a fractal zone, and then obviously trade us higher. So this gives us the break of structure. It gives us the refined entry as price will pull back, allowing us to get involved here with a refined entry before price soars and takes off. The reason why I want to see price do this is because this market is on the higher time frames within a bullish phase. Price is in fact trading us bullish longer term. So therefore I do want to see demand introduced into this market and for that to trade us higher and up and into this market. Now, in terms of placing short positions to trade us into this demand zone, we could do that. But again, is there any point when we are this close to the actual demand zone itself? Well, you can see here that we do have a run of about 100 pips. So if you wanted to, you could do. And I'll give you an area for you all to get involved in short positions before you trade long. So just marking out this last buy to sell region, you can see here that we have unmitigated areas within price. This would be considered an order block. This would be considered an order block, and if we go back to the 4-hour time frames, we can see how that stands out a little bit more. So if you wanted to get involved in short positions before we go long, then you absolutely could do. Just wait for price to continue to trade us up and into this supply zone here, deliver us with the break of structure to the downside. That's when we get involved in those short positions, and then we close those short positions to look to go long from this demand zone here. But this again is what a setup may look like if we were to go short in this market. But that is going to summarize my segment of this Sunday Sessions video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have any questions, as I said to you earlier, please leave them in the comments below. And I hope you guys have taken notes of all the zones and areas I've highlighted, as these are going to be potential areas we can look to take positions from. If you guys aren't involved in the VIP chats, I would highly recommend getting involved, as we give daily updates on the analysis we're performing on these markets, as well as providing you guys with potential trades that you can obviously profit from. Now, with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.